Hey guys, welcome back. Well, I think it's about time. Once again, sorry for the delays, usual stuff, and this time even nature itself causing delays for getting these videos done. So I think this time we'll just hop right into it. I decided today we're going to do the next entry in our Bojack Horseman retrospective of each single character dive and what makes them so important to the show. And today we're going to do a huge one, Princess Carolyn. My second favorite character of the entire show, but a character I think has the best story in the entire series. So let's move in.
Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you have to do it. I'm good at driving sober, but I don't relish the opportunity.
But what else would I do? Who else would I be?
When we first meet Princess Carolyn, we're shown for her to be the typical secretary character. She's there just to put out the fire, so to speak, to get the job done. She has a whole history with Bojack and how she was the one to be on his ass all the time, make sure he's getting work done in general and just trying to get a good image. We also get a little bit of a hint here that her and Bojack used to be a couple at one point, but due to Bojack's broken nature with the way he views relationships, he can't fully agree to make this a full-time thing. Like he's done with many women, just keeping them around just to basically sleep with and get care, but not to, stay for the long haul, so to speak. And Princess Carolyn is another one of those. We even see one flashback, her literally saying when he's asleep to not hurt her like she's been hurt so many times in her childhood growing up, just for that to happen, because that's just how Bojack is. When we first meet Princess Carolyn, we get a strong starting episode to get us interested in her, where it's about her at the company, things going on, Bojack promising an actual serious date this time with her, just for a call from his old friend Herb to ruin the whole thing, which leads to Princess Carolyn going to overdrive to take over and really get business done. Just for that really sad twist where her phone reminds her that it's her birthday today, and how old she now is. An intentional twist thrown in by the creator to show you what her tragedy is throughout the series. Princess Carolyn's tragedy is due to her upbringing of solely just being a caretaker and solely only being used for other people's needs. She never focused on her own life and never got the life she truly wanted. And the few times she could have had that, fate itself had to take it away from her. Down to when she could have been with this one kid from a rich family that she slept with in school, that she was going to have a kid with, but sadly, due to her sister not being able to carry the child long term, it being risky for her to have a full pregnancy, it struck back at her many times to take that away. Due to her overly caring motherly nature, she always just wanted to be a mother, have that motherly life, while also being a strong person that can prove that no matter what was thrown at her and what happened, she could still make it. Due to the woman that she was inspired by her entire life, Amelia Earhart, being the thing to keep her really going and to make her inspired and to make her think that, anything's possible. An historical inspiring figure to make you take on the world, so to speak. So she now has two wars she's fighting. The war of wanting to use her self-loving, caretaking nature for children of her own due to the many she's lost in the past, and down to also wanting to be a brave, independent woman that can make it in this world that we see in later episodes is dominated by very horrible companies and even some sick executive producer individuals who do what they want. It's a whole back and forth fight that she's trying to win both of, but as we see later on, you can only pick one or the other. Does she want the motherly life, or does she want to be the full-time, independent, strong woman? We see later on that she does do work and get her own company and stuff like that done, but at the same time it keeps coming from sacrifices. Even when she does finally make that big triumphant deal in the first season, she is then slapped with a reminder that, well, look how old you are now. Due to this, look how much of your own time has passed you by. Look how much you've missed out on. That number of her age being such a big blow for us and even her, as it immediately shuts down her mood the second she hears it. As this goes on, she tries a few other things, but they don't pan out either.
I changed. I have plans now, and you're not in them.
You don't need to do this by yourself.
I never needed to. I want to.
Another character I really enjoyed, the mouse she dates later on in the series, which I remember first watching the show, got upset when things between them didn't work and thought it was a good thing. I mean, bro, he told off his family, who has a hatred against cats, off just to let them know that, yeah, this is the one I want to be with. This is truly makes me happy. And then it ends up blowing from there. When more demons from her past come back to haunt her, she ends up losing their baby, which is something she's had happen to her ever since she was a teenager. She's never been able to carry a child long term. That dream of wanting her own family and children she could give that caretaking love to, just going away each and every time. Due to this, she ends up just giving up. It's over. She ends up flailing and just throws up her hands and starts drinking and just can't take it. We find out later when she goes for adopting, due to inspiring words from Todd, which are awesome. Todd is literally amazing as usual. She lets it fully out to her old partner why she didn't. Because even he expresses to her like, this is what I wanted. We could have done this. But for her, that just was not an option. Due to her past experiences and trauma she's dealt with, she needs to prove the world over and over that I don't need anyone. In her own words, it's just way too hard to need people. Because in her life that we've seen, she's never had anyone to lean on or anyone to trust. And that trauma of her having to do everything, and if it's not her, it's not fucking happening, she can't even accept having a normal life with him and letting him help her. It's a trauma that stopped her many times in life, a moment that even made me sad to see this all break apart because due to what happened to her in the past, she just can't let it go. And then from this, it ends up being her wilder years. She tries her hardest to be the best agent. I'm gonna get Bojack all the top roles in this film franchise and an independent film that he wants to do with that one girl he screwed over to make it up for her, while also trying to toss away this stupid idea of doing a streaming only show based on his old sitcom he used to be known for, which he was actually passionate about and wanted to do. Princess Carolyn, from trying to push too hard and thinking that this is what I'm good at, this is what I need to do, this is how amazing of a person I am, and this is how strong I am, she ends up pulling the horns of the bull a little too hard and ends up getting struck. She ends up crashing and burning every deal, which causes Bojack to fire her. This episode is one of my favorites of all time, where she's trying to help him put out the fire at the restaurant, due to the jokes of the song playing in the car, literally telling her to go back and help, which is hilarious, down to them fully letting it out on the table, letting it all out. The way Bojack treated her, the things that happened, the broken mind he has of what he truly wants in his life, her bringing up the facts of what she truly is. I always love the moments when Bojack outright says to her, where it's like, okay, but why did you choose this then? If helping people like this does make you miserable and putting out fires is not an obsession, then why? And she just fully puts it out for him. Because who would I be? That question strikes again. Throughout life, we try to answer one question that haunts us the most. Who the hell are we? We don't really know. We're kind of just thrown into this world and then we just have to figure it out. Some crash, others burn, and some luckily find that thing they know what they are and try to make the best of it. And others just accept the simplicity in life, the simple things of a family and common job, and just make that who they are. But we always face that one way or another, and Princess Carolyn is in that still boat. This scene here shows that even she is still stuck in the, well then who am I? If I'm not meant to be this great independent caretaker, and if I'm not meant to be the agent who could put out anyone's fires, then what am I? What am I meant to be? And this causes her down another path of trying to figure out who the hell she even is. A path that, from finally accepting this, even Bojack letting her know that he feels awkward around her because he's not stupid, which he tells her. He's well aware of what he did to her when they were younger. He's well aware he wasted so many of her years. She could have been out finding somebody else. He knows that, and it eats away at him. He feels bad being around her because he's well aware that he used her. He's well aware that he's, in his mind, taken her years away. She says no, but as you know, with a mind like Bojack, he's not going to accept that as fact. And finally after that, which a great thing I like about the ending, and just nope. Just no, still keeps her fired. No typical sitcom, good feeling, let's go back to friends thing. No typical stuff every show does where this is an arc that goes back to normal and status quo. No, that relationship's broken and we are going to move on. And that is that. Which is one of the things, in my opinion, that makes the show so good. Shows always just stay the status quo, do a typical 3-arc structure, and then they just go about their day. Bojack never did. Bojack tells a story. It shows the actual pain, it shows actual reaction, and it gives you answers a person would actually give just out of pettiness and how hurt a person feels. The show is outright honest with everything it does, even its structure. When things get broken, they stay broken, and that is something that made the show better than any other show we've seen in a long while. It's different, which we can all agree with the way things are going is what we want now. Different. But after all this happens and Princess Carolyn ends up just flopping around trying to figure out what to do, she finally gets it now. She understands.
Start a family at my age? To find a guy at my age?
You don't need a guy to start a family. You're Princess Carolyn. You can do anything.
No, I can't.
Look, the woods are dark and scary, but the only way out is through.
After Princess Carolyn finally puts her foot down and decides to just go for what she truly wants and just, me on my own, I'm going to adopt a kid, and sadly, due to the child she even lost, what she wanted to name it, even blindly just agrees and publishes a show just because it had the name of what she wanted to name her son she thought she was going to be able to have with her last partner. Due to this, she ends up being so hyper-focused on actually having her own life that it starts to let Bojack slowly crumble. Due to her wanting to make sure she adopts this kid, Bojack has an accident on set and ends up getting addicted to painkillers. Something that the normal Princess Carolyn would have never let happen. The normal Princess Carolyn, who only cared about her job and putting out fires for people, would have immediately saw the signs, worked around it, and found a way to help him out of this. But due to her finally doing something she hasn't done in a while, work on what truly makes her happy, things started to slip away from her. Things started to crack. She started to slowly let things go and accept that this can't be my full life. Which led to her later adopting that child, a little porcupine baby, and ends up starting her own life. She gets so stressed with being a mother while working 24/7, she even doesn't even name the kid until way later, which I thought was funny. And from this, she ends up just deciding, after her last incident with Bojack, that she is done. After the dirty laundry of Bojack, so to speak, finally comes out of what he truly did to Sarah Lynn, and the fact that he literally let her die, basically, and the stuff that he was horrible to the situation she was going through, he didn't help, he encouraged her bad tendencies, he literally led her to her death when she was finally going sober for a change. Well, she admits that she was only going sober to then get a bigger high, but he used his own depression, how he was feeling, to just go nuts and just let her go back to her vices worse than ever. Letting all of her dirty laundry come up with the things he's done over the years, as finally a full, by a reporter, smear campaign just hits him hard. What she used to do, she actually does help him as usual, but this time she actually feels it. This time she feels the way he is. She sees the pattern. The second he starts getting cocky after she did a good interview to clean up his name and make people feel better about him, he immediately pushed too far. And this time, Princess Carolyn understood that. She didn't like it. She even fought against him doing such a thing, but he still did it. And this time, unlike just doing what he wanted, like, oh, I'm just going to go with Bojack, I'm just going to go with him and get tacos, and I'm just going to agree with him, she finally puts her foot down for the first time ever. She finally puts her foot down, gives him hell, lets him know, by the way, I told you not to do this. I told you this was stupid. You never listened to me. You are egotistical. Piss off. And she just drops him and goes about her day. Which leads to a random out of nowhere twist where her true partner this whole time was her secretary that worked for her, where he finally confesses his love through a song. And then we get to the finale of the show, her show wedding, which is also hilarious. Even in the end of Bojack thinking he's coming to her actual wedding, and she finally has a husband who loves her, a small business that's hers with people she actually likes to cover as an agent, a child that she adopted that she could finally love as her own. She even lets Bojack know that even in this moment, this isn't even my actual wedding, which paints a picture to him as clear as day that, so you're not part of my life anymore. I literally called you just for a show wedding only for the press. But my actual wedding, with the actual people that mean a lot to me, and the actual people I care about, you won't be invited for that. And then she kicks the message home even further by also establishing that when he gets out, I will recommend other people for you, but I won't be your agent again. I'm just not doing it. It's not happening. Which leads to her happy ending finally once and for all. It might have taken her a while, but she now has what she's been looking for. And you know what? What better ending is there than to finally find what it is you've been looking for? As the old saying goes, so much time is lost to wait. Princess Carolyn is an amazing character. She's a beautiful representation of a person trying to struggle through a hard life and so obsessed with trying to prove themselves they end up forgetting the true values in life and what it is we should be, preserving for. Loved ones, people you can hold close when things get bad. And when she finally did realize it, she was still able to get the finish line due to the fact that unlike Bojack and his life story, hers had an open silver lining, a symbol of hope there that made her want to keep going and fight for it. And that is why Princess Carolyn is so damn important to Bojack Horseman. If she wasn't a character here, and if she wasn't part of this, the show would genuinely be nowhere near as good. And that, guys, is why, to me, Princess Carolyn is so important to Bojack Horseman. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're probably going to do another episode of Jetpack Retro next. Before I sign off, I want to thank you guys. The numbers for the Jack 4 documentary blew me away. That was a passion project that I was working on for a while, even getting good buddies of mine to help me put it together. And because I'm a huge Jack and Dexter fan, so I want to take my time with it. And yeah, thank you guys so much. The video did really well, and it means so much to me that you guys loved the documentary and you guys were really interested. So with that in mind, let me know in the description, please, what were your thoughts on Bojack Horseman and Princess Carolyn? What were your thoughts on Princess Carolyn? What were your favorite moments of her, your highlights throughout the show? And who should I cover next? What other character in Bojack Horseman do you think was important that I should cover? And I'll be honest with you, you can literally suggest anyone. Even if it was a background character, sure, I'll look into it. Any character at all, even a background character for fun, go on, recommend, and let me know your thoughts on Princess Carolyn, Bojack, and any other recommendations. As for mini documentaries, I have one ready to go next. That's going to take some time. But please, if there's anything else you want me to cover in a mini doc, also let me know below. Is there any other canceled games or game franchises, game companies, or even shows? Are there any movies or canceled films or film studios you want me to cover? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff as usual. And yeah. Bye, guys.